Hey, it's Mark. So I'm doing this video a little earlier than usual because I've got somewhere to be tonight in a little bit. So I'm actually gonna keep this short this time. So probably like 20 minutes or less. So what happened today was like my watch list is pretty much all red on the major watches that I have usually, except for the Biotech. The IBB, the Biotech Index ETF was up like over 1.5% today. And it actually broke above my level today. It kind of did a pretty big candle. It was down. It looked like it gapped down and then it went up. And so that's pretty big considering the overall market's down considerably across the board. It looks like I didn't look at like the heat map and like see what sectors were actually up, but I'm guessing it's probably just medical most likely. So even the S&P was really weak today. Like that gap down just held, whereas with the IBB it broke out. And I literally just did a video last night where I was saying that going forward, like even especially over like many years going forward, that biotech pharma is going to be like an outperformer because the is most likely to be an outperformer just because of the technology they're using now to discover new drugs. So so this is really interesting. Like the pullback was nice for my snap puts because I finally caught the top on that one. I thought it topped out like a long time ago or a while. I thought it topped out there, so I lost on that trade unfortunately. But you know it happens. But the because I printed that shooting star right there, and I bought puts, and then those were bad. But this time when I did that shooting star, I did with puts again, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen because it did this little consolidation. Like it could have either easily gone up and broke out, but we finally got a pullback, so it's looking good. Like probably best case, it goes back to 1250, you know, pretty soon, like in a month or two. But I've got I can't remember what month I have. I think I have the October or the January. I haven't had my coffee yet, but I have the January puts. So I was double checking that because I guess it doesn't really matter, but I guess because I'm just gonna talk about how I plan my trade here. But the snap puts finally came today. Yeah, I got the 1550 puts, and of course it's aggressive, which I like to do. But the it's the 112, so I got about about a week or so, a little over a week of trading left for that to happen. But the way it's going now, like it looks like yeah, the gap down was even looks like it was just as strong or stronger than the overall market. So it's looking pretty good. Looks like I mean the worst case is it gets really choppy here, you know, and goes sideways. But for me, with my puts, but looks like it could be the start of a correction, and like it wasn't really surprising. You know, you get used to like when you start thinking to yourself, like I was saying in the other video, when you get used to the market going up every day and you're kind of complacent, you know, with the longs working every day, and you know, watch list is up you know, everything's green every day. You know, it's like once you get complacent with that, that's when then they'll flip the switch on you and they won't just stop buying. You know, so that's kind of how I think about it. But the MBRX I talked about yesterday too in the video yesterday was just like a perfect move follow through here. It looks like it didn't even it's not gonna retest that level at least yet. So and I've kind of burned this chart in my brain because the I talked about yesterday the way it bottomed out, like it did this rounding bottom where it just, you know, it finally bottoms out and then it just starts creeping higher in a slow uptrend. and then breaks over a major level. So I just call it the base, like a base. It forms like a base, like a like you're building a house. It's like the foundation for a possible move higher with the technicals. Because to have a bottom, you have to have a technical bottom, so it has to be making. It has to actually start moving up a little bit before you can call a bottom. So this is kind of a bottom confirmed. If you want to, if we talk about it in the technical analysis sense, it's like you could call it a bottom here or even here, but but it's not until it actually breaks above their previous lower high, because it made lower highs all the way down, and that was like a major lower high, and then just kept knocking on that level and finally broke through the other day. That's when I put in my video. I'm not sure, like, this my videos are kind of long, so there's probably not a lot of people actually watching the whole video, but I guess it's kind of out there. They're probably helpful just to kind of learn some things, like just how I kind of look at things. So, because I'm sure I do it a lot differently than other people, because I've been trading and stuff for years, so I just try to keep it simple. Like I keep it really simple as I can, and that tends to be easier for me to kind of track and to know it works too. Like if I used moving averages or something, if I used a moving average, this might have been like it might not have hit a moving, it might not have crossed a moving average line or whatever the buy signal would be. So, maybe the moving average didn't work in this sense, but the levels never really fail. And that's kind of the lesson of today. But yeah, so that's neat. And the other ones are really amazing too. The other biotech, I put that watch list on Twitter actually. Like they're all still holding their trend support. I mean the GLYC, which I thought was probably dead. Well, it looks actually. I didn't look at it on the past couple of days, but yeah, it turned into a pretty clean bull flag there, and it did just like the biotech sector or like biotech industry. It gapped down and just ran today, which is interesting. Like these biotech stocks are very risk off today, especially these small cap biotech stocks. I haven't gone through the scans, but I'm sure there's a lot of other small cap biotech up too. Because my watch list is just like a really small sample size of all these biotech stocks. So, and the Inno finally came through too. It looked like a flag right there, but it did back there too. So you never know with Inno, but it popped today too. And I've got those calls still. Like I'm pretty much in most of these stocks, and I totally forgot I was gonna talk about this other biotech stock that I've actually had a position in, like really small, of course, because it's always so risky to hold biotechs a long time. But I'm in this stock too, this APLT, and I was gonna do a video. I totally forgot to put a tweet out or anything on this one because but it held those levels there, and because I had it in like my like one of my core positions, and I didn't see it for a while. I wasn't looking at it every day, so this one broke out too off of that because it did a retest, like it broke out and then retested, and then it's breaking out again. And this one's been a heck of a runner. Like it's been strong all the past couple months too. And I just kind of did this video because I'm probably not gonna be able to do one later, or I wasn't gonna be able to do it later because I'm going out tonight. But yeah, interesting stuff today. Like the hood failed that level. like I was talking about that in the video too. That's like a failed signal because it totally failed to break out there. Actually, yeah, that it broke trend support too. You can see it there. See that support line there? It it touched it like a couple times on the way up, and then it happened to fail right at that major overhead level there. So that's interesting too. And hood, yeah, it's still a better, looks like a better short setup for them in the short term here. Nasdaq is a pretty big move today down. Could easily be a move down, or we just could go sideways, or I mean the way it's been going, they could even ramp it up again. But I mean, it'd really be nice if we get a pullback because it's kind of healthy for the market to consolidate every now and then. It's supposed to, but that's pretty much what I was looking at so far today. Like I haven't done any scans yet because I just want to get the video out on what I'm looking at today and how these biotechs are moving today. So I've got, let's see, I might have a couple more minutes here. Let's see. Yeah, I got a few more minutes. So let's just look at the biotech sector because those were pretty looks like it was pretty big today. Let's see. Yeah, I mean like my options book still not like recovered from last week, but these it helps with that snap. And even though, well, I was gonna say too, even though Bitcoin had a kind of like a false breakout there, but because it pulled back right on the breakout, but it did that here too back in October. So I don't think it means that it's gonna fail to break out, because Bitcoin, to my knowledge, it's finally it's got a lot of institutional float, like volume in it too. So they may have just like trapped a lot of retail there just to make some profit, on that. Because like I've said before, like breakouts are usually hard to trade because they tend to fail a lot, and that's just because people see the same thing and they just take the other side, So the bigger money, the big like market makers can take advantage of that, take advantage of the people buying the breakouts. So that's probably what my hunch is that's what they did, because it looks like they did it back in October too, October 24th here on that very similar breakout to red. Well, actually it broke out there, but it's okay to gap up and then go red. Doesn't mean the momentum's gone. It's still a gap up. So but these mining stocks are just still really wacky, but who knows, maybe they'll go up eventually if Bitcoin goes up. But yeah, so I'll just do a couple minutes here on these some biotech. Yeah, let's check out the industry here. The thing I like about this stock fetcher is it's really easy to navigate, and you can just go right into a whole, like, I'm scrolling through all the industries and you can just pick whatever industry you want to focus on. So we got biotech here. So let's sort it by change today. Yeah, that's how it's sorted. I usually sort by RSI, RSI2 over there, but let's just go by change today because we'll see what's moving today. So we got NGM. I'm not really crazy about gap ups. Like I'm gapped up a lot, and A lot of small cap stocks, if they gap up a lot, the shorts just pile into those things. So there's a Howl Werewolf Therapeutics is up 20% on a breakout. OGEN. Yeah, that one's familiar. I think I almost considered that one as a pick a couple weeks ago. The OGEN had a huge move today on a breakout. I was looking for breakouts or like coming off of consolidations. The OCGN's pretty wild too. LPTX, that one's still going. LVTX, that's coming off of a base there. I'm not sure about that one because it faked out kind of the last time it broke. It tried to move. Zoma, XOMA. I thought that was a bigger market cap on that one, but that's always, people are always trading that one too. Yeah, there's my ABEO. There's that perfect triangle that it's finally getting some movement off of. Yeah, there's the APLT. ENZ is interesting. Looks like could be the start of a bottom there. ENZ. Let's see if it actually took out a level there. No, not really. I was hoping it would have cleared some resistance, but it's just like a bounce in a downtrend still. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of these up. I mean, there's a lot of green in here. Wow, look at Cura. It's up again. STTK, and that looks like that could be a flag there, but I mean, it's already up from 2 to 6. Maybe they've got something good in their pipeline. I'm just looking for like a really standout chart. There'll probably be one that wasn't up as much today. Like that was probably up a little bit because it would be coming off of a flag or starting a flag. So I usually try to be ahead of the move, like a bull flag or something. Yeah, I mean the INCY. It's basically came off of like a pretty weak pennant there. That's like a breakout too. Yeah, there's just so many of these. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to scan through. Yeah, there's the EVGN. The EVGN actually, that still looks like one of the better setups even now. The EVGN, because it hasn't really gone yet. But I mean, all these stocks are still really strong. But of course, I didn't go through all of them. But the EVGN. The EVGN still has potential here on this flag up here. Cause it's got a bear flag right there, or a bull flag right there. And it kind of finished weak today, so that's something to watch. But still got that nice uptrend going, and if it doesn't break out over today's high over 90 cents, looks like it's gonna fail. But that's still one of the more interesting setups there in the biotech. Yeah, a lot of stuff got hit today. Like a lot of small caps. Like I was saying, these charging stocks are something to look at too. Again, like these charging stocks are especially something to look at with the market it has a pretty good pullback here. Like CHPT is still acting weak in this channel, and I think this thing's coming back down to like the dollars again, like $1 a share. So I wasn't really active with trading today, so I didn't put those on. But it's always better to put on the options in the opposite if it's when the stock goes in the opposite direction that day. So they're cheaper premiums if the stock was green today. If it was green, it would have been a little better. But we may not get a green day for a while. So that's kind of what I was looking at today and what I saw. And the oil was down again too off that bear flag again. So it's still trading really nice on technicals. That's why I love oil, because it's doing exactly what it did off that last bear flag back there. It went down literally 5 days in a row with a lot of alpha off of that, and now it's down 3 days in a row. I mean, maybe we won't get 4 or 5 but in a row, but my rig puts are still holding in there. So yeah, I'll wrap it up there and catch you next time.